What would you say that kind of the mood of the team was when you guys met this morning?
I think the mood is, everyone knows that that's a game that we'll never get back. Something, it's a rivalry game, big game, but at the same time, you got to get your mind right because another big game this week.
What do you know about Wisconsin at this point? Have you studied film with them yet? Or?
We haven't looked at too much film with them, so not a lot, but they're a heavy run team, at least from the defensive perspective, so we're excited for it.
As far as that goes, you have played, one against Huntley, who was running a lot from the quarterback position. LSU, of course, ran the ball a lot.
Yeah.
How do you feel like you guys are doing defensive line-wise against the run?
I think we have our good times and our bad times for sure, and I think shoring up those things this week is going to be huge for us. There's times where, we're like, okay, we did a good job, but it's all about consistency. So this will be big for us to kind of take another step.
You guys have given up a lot of yards, but not a lot of points. Is that an emphasis? Like, yeah, go between the 20s. You guys can put up as many yards as you want, but once you get inside that red zone, we're shutting you down.
Yeah, I think that's one thing. We're happy that we're not giving up points, but at the same time, we got to stop them on, like you said, the yardage. If we can stop them and do a 3-and-out instead of going for a field goal, that's huge. So if we can get better at that, that'd be big for the defense.
Along the same lines, do you feel like the defense has taken on themselves to get the offense better field position? Because, a lot of times, and credit Utah, they had a good punter, but, a lot of times the offense was backed up, had to try and go the length of the field.
Yeah, definitely. We want to give them the best opportunity to score as possible. So that's on us to give them a good field position.
Corbin, do you feel like you're close as a team to figuring this thing out, or do you think there's still strides to be made?
I think we're definitely close. I think there's just, I think we had ourselves in a good groove coming into the season, and then, maybe some things started to go a little bit differently as planned. But I think we're right there on the verge, and so we just need to break through that little barrier.
How do you guys feel as far as getting pressure on the quarterback? Because I don't think you had a sack against Huntley. He did a good job throwing it away, but just getting enough pressure in the backfield, do you guys feel like?
I think we definitely need some more pressure. And one of the biggest things is their play action, reading out of that, because it's easy for a D lineman to see the run, see their stance, go to run, and try and play the run. And then once it's passed, it's like, oh, you got to get into a little bit faster. So that'll be good for us to get used to.
Is there an emphasis now on kind of those sort of havoc plays, disruption plays, as opposed to just kind of containing, which it looks like you guys have been doing for the past couple games? Is there now more of an impetus to kind of create havoc, I guess?
Yeah, I think that's one of the big things is it's the balance between, you want to do your job. Everyone has their 1/11th on the field. But at the same time, someone's got to do something. And so you got to do your job, but also see the opportunities to take when, like you said, to create havoc, to go in there and make a play that's within your means.
Is there any change in your mindset knowing that there's a bye week next week with this game? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't think it's changed at all. Yeah. In fact, I didn't know it was bye week until you just said so.
But is you guys empty the tank at all? Is we got a week to regenerate? We can really go all out here?
Definitely. And I think every week we're trying to empty the tank sort of deal, but I think we'll just do it again this week.
There was some talk after LSU. I asked about it as well, but as far as tackling goes, how did you guys feel you did tackling? They had some guys that were tough to bring down. Utah did, but how did you guys feel like the tackling was overall?
Yeah, I think definitely some things to work on with our tackling. Still some things, maybe it was a little bit better than the LSU game, but still there's plays where you just watch the film and it's like, man, a 2-yard one turned into an 8 or a 10-yard run just because of one missed tackle. And it's less than last game, but those 6 yards in between still makes a difference.
Is that a mentality thing? I mean, Elisa said, Coach E said it was, a lot of that's technique. Is it a mentality thing? What is it that makes the difference between, being a sound tackling team versus, letting guys through?
Yeah, I think at least when I look at my tackling and the times where I don't wrap up or whatnot, the tackling's not as good a form as I'd wanted. It's because of that kind of energy you get from these games, those big games. You want to lay a hit. You don't want them to gain any yards after you hit them, and so you're going in with all your strength to hit them, and you forget that you got to wrap up. You got to keep your mind right when you go in to hit them.